All right, so everybody, welcome to the community forum to discuss the new Keith Summey North Charleston Library. We're very excited to share some of the plans for this with you. My name is Macy Reckner. I'm the communications coordinator at the Charleston County Public Library. As I said, we are recording this meeting and we are planning to share it on our website, probably starting tomorrow as soon as it's uploaded. If you're going to have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will get to them at the end of the presentation. Or if you would like to ask them over audio or video, we will give you an opportunity to ask questions at the end of the presentation as well. So to get started, I would like to introduce the Charleston County Public Library's Executive Director, Angela Craig.
Hi, can y'all hear me okay?
Looks good.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Angela Craig. I am the Executive Director at the Charleston County Public Library, and we are so excited tonight to talk about our upcoming new Keith Summey Library. The Charleston County Public Library is excited for the next phase in our building projects. We, the library, are deeply committed to the North Charleston area, and we know the library is a lifeline of services and access for our patrons in this area. We are so proud that the future of Keith Summey North Charleston Library will be part of the revitalization of this area. Our new library will have all the familiar books and services we currently offer, and will also have expanded opportunities for technology access, meeting spaces, youth programs, resources for jobs, students of all ages, and everything that you come to love about your library. If you visited any of our new locations, such as the Wando Mount Pleasant Library or Baxter Patrick Library, you'll see that the Keith Summey Library will have resources such as a makerspace, 3D printers, sewing machines, video games, new computers, a brand new library collection, expanded books and DVDs, and a dedicated space for youth and adult patrons. The Keith Summey Library will be a welcoming space, inclusive to all, and a fantastic resource for the North Charleston community. While we wait for the new Keith Summey Library, we will have a temporary location that is located on the Cherokee Street Rivers Avenue that will open later in the spring. The services at our temporary location will include browsing and borrowing of materials and books and DVDs, computer and Wi-Fi use, picking up of hold materials, and we'll also have opportunities for copying and printing. An official opening date for that location will be announced at a later time. And at this temporary location, we will serve our library patrons while we wait for a new library to be built. We are so grateful for the support of the Charleston County Council. I want to thank Councilman Teddy Pryor and Vice Chair Anna Johnson for being here tonight. Thank you so much. We are also very grateful for the Charleston staff and for our library patrons as we move forward with the Keith Summey Library. It will be here before we know it. And until then, we will be just a few blocks away at our temporary location. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Angela. Up next, we have Councilman Teddy Pryor.
Okay, thank you. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. First of all, I echo everything that Ms. Craig just said. I want to welcome everybody to this meeting. We're excited about our new 20,000 square foot library that's coming to the Pine Haven site. Not only will the library be there, but you will be able to access the Carter bus stop as well. You will be able to access our social service hub. But again, I want to echo everything that Ms. Craig has just said and welcome everybody to the meeting. And, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them and they will be addressed on tonight. I will have to leave early because I'm in the middle of trying to deal with this issue that's coming up tomorrow, this storm, but I just wanted to come in and congratulate everybody and invite everybody to participate. And our vice chair, Ms. Johnson, will be following me, and I think she will be on. But as your chairman of county council, I just wanted to say thank you for attending this meeting via Zoom and look forward to working with everyone in the future. God bless and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pryor. Next, we have Councilwoman Anna Johnson.
Okay, can you hear me?
Sounds good.
Okay, so good evening to everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this evening with you and to share this delightful information about another new Charleston County Library. I have been serving as the representative for the Charleston County Council on the library board since I started in 2010, and just took a little break in between. However, I've been here and from the start, and now I want to see all of the libraries to the end as we continue to build these libraries. So to quote something that our famous Sam Cooke used to say, a change is going to come. And the change is coming to the Cooper River Library. It is so exciting to know that we have started with the designs for this new library, and it's going to be built, y'all, for real. So just to give you a little bit of a tidbit here, when I first started with the library, I toured to see what was needed and saw that our libraries were outdated when we looked at the technologies that's coming before us now, and look at COVID-19. Now we are using all kinds of technology. We're on Zoom. And so the new library resource is going to allow us to do a whole lot more than just having the new technology. I want to thank the staff members at the library and certainly at our county facilities to make sure that this library is going to be built. So I'm looking forward to this. And I say to the community, I am excited for you because you're going to be just like all of the other 4 libraries that we have built so far. So enjoy it, and I guarantee you're going to love it.
Thank you very much, Ms. Johnson. All right, up next, we're going to get into some of those plans for the new library. So I'd like to introduce Jeanette Alexander to lead us into all of that.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Councilwoman Johnson, and welcome to the community. We appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
I'm Jeanette Alexander, the Library Project Manager for Charleston County, and we're excited to show the progress of the new North Charleston Library to you today. I'll relay a little bit about the library and then turn it over to the lead architect for a more detailed look. The new library will be located at a highly visible location in North Charleston, Rivers Avenue in Dorchester. The building will be 20,000 square feet, as Councilman Pryor mentioned. It's going to match the same size as the new libraries in James Island and West Ashley. It's important to note, as Angela Craig mentioned, that the new library will match the same features of all the other new libraries. That includes those community rooms, adult, teen, children areas, computer labs, and outdoor spaces that everyone seems to really be enjoying in the new libraries. Interestingly, on this one, the portion of the historic Cooper River Library will be retained as part of the new library. It'll be housing the children's wing. The new library will also be part of the County Civic Hub campus, as mentioned, and this campus will really help develop a complete new landscape and streetscape along Rivers Avenue. The design is underway, and with construction is anticipated to start in early summer, with completion planned for later in 2022. A local design firm, MPS, is the lead architect for the project. And the lead architect, Judy Stevens, is going to tell us a little bit more details and show us some really great images of the building. So, Judy.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be here. We've really been thrilled to work on this project. It's a wonderful project, and I think that we do have everything that the other libraries have, and I think that we have the benefit of learning from those lessons too, of being able to visit all of those. So you guys are the last ones, but hopefully you're going to be the best library. So not to separate that, but we're very thrilled about it. And let me just show you a couple images if I can share with you. But this is the site plan for the area. To the top of the page is Rivers Avenue. Can you see my mouse?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you. So this is Rivers Avenue. This is the intersection of Rivers and Dorchester, which is a signalized light. The main entry to the library will be just a little further west down here, entering off of Dorchester. And as you travel down Rivers, you would have the bus transfer station, and then also the community service hub that Jeanette mentioned. So all the way from Dorchester to McMillan will be developed in a similar time frame. I think they've already started construction on the community service hub if you're out there. So the library takes this main corner. The first piece that you see as you come down Rivers Avenue would be the existing Cooper River Library. We've been working on the Cooper River Library and integrating this piece into the program. This is the additional 15,000 square feet of new construction that will house the remaining program. The library is fortunate to have very high visibility, but with that, we also have the challenge of having visibility on all four sides. So we ended up with the main entrance off of Rivers and also the main entrance off of the parking lot entry, which is the west side here. So once you come in, you have the ability to stop or drop off along the main entryway or drop off your books or enter into the library. And also I'll point out that the library system has worked really hard to modernize, and they've added an automatic material handling system right here off of the main entrance. So we'll have an outdoor book drop as well as 2 interior book drops. They also work really diligently to take advantage of the site and provide amenities for an outdoor children's area, some beautiful landscaping that incorporates some of the existing trees that are on the site, as well as one grand oak tree here that I think can come back to life once we demolish some of the other buildings that are up there right now. So I think having a few mature trees on the property will really lend to the overall character of the library when it starts out. On this side, we have the outdoor adult reading area and a small staff outdoor area here. And so this is the main entrance, mostly from the parking lot, but also the ability to have an entrance off of Rivers with a nice patio. And then you have a connecting gallery through here. So just to look at the, see if I can switch screens here. Yeah, one second, I'm having trouble changing pages. Oops. Sorry, I worked so hard to maximize my screen that I lost my ability to adjust it. So hang on one second.
While Judy's working on getting her screen back, I just wanted to remind everybody that if you have any questions coming up, we are going to take questions at the end of the presentation, and you can go ahead and put them in the chat, or just let us know if you'd like to ask a question over video or audio. Just let us know in the chat that you have a question, and we'll go down the list and call on everybody that would also like to speak as well. So just enter that in the chat as we go along.
You guys see my screen again? For some reason I've lost. I think what I might need to do is open it up again. Hang on one second. I'm so sorry. All right. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, great. I think Corey's going to take it over and he's going to change the slide for me. So we're going to move to the floor plan. Can you do that, Corey?
Looks like we can see it. Looks good.
Okay, great. Okay, so on the right-hand side, this is the children's area. And so this is the footprint of the Cooper River existing library. It's approximately 5,000 square feet. And so the children's area, the main gallery where you enter off of the parking lot area or from Rivers, connects the children's area to the adult area on the left, and also connects all the way through to the young adult. So you have a really nice vista or thoroughfare through here where you can see all of the different programs. And in the children's area library, we have a story time room, we have the stacks, we have work study program areas, a number of different seating arrangements and areas for people to meet and group and study or do what everybody loves to do with the library. And then we also have an outdoor patio for the children to read on and go outside. It will be secured with a fence around the perimeter, and it will also have a really nice playful trellis covering the outside area when you exit to the courtyard, so that as a feature element for the building. And then moving back into the gallery space, this is the main reception desk here, so that when you enter the library, you're greeted. And if you need assistance or help with anything, you have a hold area here, area for your periodicals, some additional seating. And these two yellow rooms, these two large rooms, are the community rooms. They have a partition divider in the center here. This can be lifted so the rooms can be turned into one large room, which would hold over 100 people. And then off of the main community rooms, you have a small kitchen area, a storage area in each room for different things you might store or for seating, so that these rooms can really be flexible space. I think the library's worked really hard on their program, and that the library, I think, will suit you for years to come with lots of flexibility and lots of space. And another feature that it has a raised floor, so they have the ability to move their data and their electrical around so that they can let programs grow or reshape as they need to. And as we mentioned earlier, we've got an outdoor patio just off of the community rooms, which bridges the gap for the main entry off of the Rivers Avenue. We also have a covered canopy on the front of the building, which gives a little bit of seating area and space for people to wait that are waiting on a ride or being picked up. This gray area is really more infrastructure, where you have your restrooms and a family restroom and your janitor's area and those things. The pink area are the activity rooms, where that you have a learning lab, you have a maker space where I think that they mentioned they've got the 3D printer and also the sewing machines, and really a great space. And then this is the community room here, which can be used for lots of different things. But one of the programs that they've talked about is to do food demonstration or a nutrition class with that, which I think will be really exciting. And then this is the main adult area. You have the stacks in the center with seating around the perimeter. This is full glass wall here, which will highlight all the activity inside the library from Rivers Avenue when you're out there. And I think it really helps engage for the community to see into the library and engage and see the activity that's going on. The orange color, this is all the staff area. And this is the automated material handling space here, where you would drop your book off. It would go on a conveying belt and then be sorted out so that the librarians can take care of the books, whether or not they need to be redistributed or go back to another library. So this is their main work area here, with a loading dock off of this area. And then this small blue portion right here, this is the young adult area, has great visibility out into the other space. They have a lot of different spaces in here where they've got the ability to have for after school, after they finish homework, they can play games and videos. They've got study tables that are high and low. And then they also have a really nice young adult book collection with a number of more stacks that aren't shown in this plan right here that we've worked on. And then this space, of course, is the outdoor reading area. It's also enclosed in a similar trellis design that gives some playfulness and color. And the colors from the trellis are pulled into the interior space so that you get a combination of interior and exterior colors. Next is the elevation coming from the west, which is the parking lot side, which is the most accessible. The materials that were chosen for the library and the design, we worked really hard to try to incorporate the new mass, the new 15,000 square foot with the existing Cooper River Library. And we also wanted to work very closely to create the sense of community and a master plan for all the improvements done on this between Dorchester and McMillan. And so some of those materials, which include, you have 3,600 Rivers, which is a lot of concrete and the dark mullion glass. You've got the new Civic Hubs, which will be precast. And so we're working with materials that will complement that and have similar color tone, so that we have some continuity over the development. So we have a really nice soft brick that will be a really natural tone with some metal panels that include a wood look that you see that's also used on the Civic Services Hub. We have a gracious canopy that gives your outdoor seating area with a lot of shade. And then on the existing Cooper River Library, which you can't see very well, we're going to use a stain that will help it tie in with the new library and with the color of the brick that we plan to use. Next. Okay, so this is the shot that will be looking down. If you're at the corner of Rivers and McMillan, looking north down Rivers Avenue, looking south down Rivers Avenue, this is a feature elevation of the library, where you see the large expansive glass for the adult area. You see the playful trellis that is enclosing the adult outdoor reading space. You see some special windows around the young adult area that you can actually see through the gallery space, which I think helps tie the library together. And you also see the clear story over the main gallery, which will help bring light into the whole library, and it also acts as a datum line kind of connecting from the children's area all the way through to the young adult. And then in the bottom left-hand corner, you see the existing Cooper Rivers Library, and we are planning to stain that with, to stain it or use a color that will help us tie that in with the rest of the building. And we've also planned to do a lot of renovations to upgrade the building and to bring it up to meet the seismic code, redo the entire interior, and to replace the windows and do a number of other improvements that will bring it up to really serve the community well in the years to come. And the next elevation. So this is looking from Rivers Avenue, looking north towards McMillan. And you can see the improvements too. You can see the improvements to the Cooper River Library, where we've removed the canopy that was on the front. We've actually increased the size of the glass there so that you can get a really nice open space. The windows in the library these are the exact same, or not the exact same, they're in the exact same location as the previous windows, but we've expanded them so that we've opened up the glass, so there'll be a lot more daylight that can move in there. And then you see the trellis on the south side, which when the children come out of the area, they've got a covered area coming out of the stairs and the ramp that lead them down to their outdoor area. So it's very playful and fun. And then we've also enhanced the site with a lot of landscaping that will make it fit into the area and the community nicely. And I can't think of anything else. Jeanette, did you want to add anything?
Judy, I think you did a good job explaining it. I think it's going to be a great building that integrates well into the other Civic Hub projects and really make that whole block of Rivers very dynamic with community services, community and city services, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the folks that we've had to work with at Charleston County and with the public library have been tremendous. And there's been so much thought and consideration, I think, given to all of the libraries. And this has just been a wonderful project to work on. I do think it's going to be a beautiful project for the community and the space that will be flexible and work for years to come. So I hope you guys like it, and please let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Judy. And again, this is the time that we can open up for questions. So if you'd like to either post your question in the chat or just indicate in the chat that you'd like to ask a question over audio or video, our communications manager, Doug Reynolds, is going to be keeping an eye on that and reading out those questions if you would just like to enter them as text. So you guys can feel free to go ahead and ask those now.
Or we can show you the images again if you'd like to see them. Sorry about my slideshow.
think we all understand after this year, all the technical issues that can pop up doing these types of meetings. So,
Macy, we do have
yes,
a question.
great.
Has COVID affected the construction timeline at all?
Macy, I could try to answer that. I think COVID has touched almost all the parts of our lives, and that includes the time that we've been working on the design, planning for it, and the construction. We are hoping, as we are moving out into better times, that construction will be the normal timeline that has been anticipated by the general contractor. So really, the start of construction in early summer, finishing a little bit 1 year out is the normal construction period. And so we believe that, and the contractor and the entire team believe that we'll be able to hold that timeline.
Thank you, Jeanette. And we do have a request to post the layout again, Judy. So if you could maybe share those images again.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Corey to do that. Because my blue beam is not working. You got it, Corey? So at the top of the page is Rivers
Everyone
Avenue.
can see that?
Yeah,
Yep.
the top of the page is Rivers Avenue. And to the right is Dorchester, which would be to the south. The bottom of the page is the west, which is the parking lot area, which connects to the other developments on this property between Dorchester and McMillan. And of course, the north elevation is to the left on the page. And I can see a question from Teresa Wagner, if it's okay, will the community room have a full kitchen? And it does have, well, it does not have a full kitchen. It has a sink for doing some prep work. And I think that I think the library might be better to speak to what they're thinking about with the food demonstration and that program. Jeanette, I don't know if you or Angela want to speak to that.
Judy, I would just mention the community room kitchen would be, it's very similar to the layout of all the other libraries. It's really a catering kitchen, but it does have a refrigerator. I mean, it's in essence a full kitchen. I think Angela may be able to answer for the food area.
Yes, we are, of course, aware that food literacy is a high need for the North Charleston area. And so we have a wonderful partnership with Low Country Food Bank for CCPL that we have been able to do some dynamic programs. And one of the things that we are still exploring is to have a cart to have in the library so that we can offer consistent food literacy programs within the new Summey branch. And that will be part of our library programming option.
We did have another question just asking if the presentation will be recorded. Just as a reminder, yep, it's being recorded and we will post it to our website once the recording is processed. So it will likely be tomorrow morning.
And we will also share these renderings and layout and everything on our website as well. And it will be available at the current Cooper River Memorial Library in a physical form if you'd like to check them out there as well.
And we just have another request to repeat the timeline again for the project.
This is Jeanette. The design is underway right now. Judy and her team are working on that. The anticipated construction start date would be early summer, and construction is estimated to be slightly over a year bringing it into completion by late 2022.
And if it's okay, I had a text from our board chair, Melanie Collins. She had to leave for another meeting, but she said, please let the group know how excited I am. And yeah, we are very excited about this branch. It's going to be wonderful to have in the North Charleston community.
And Councilwoman Johnson, did you put in the chat you'd like to comment? Did you want to say something else?
Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to let everyone know that the council really worked hard to make this a library that, first of all, connected to the old Cooper River building. And we wanted to bring as many amenities and resources to the area that was possible. And as the director mentioned, that the area is a desert for a lot of things. And so we were just excited to try to bring all of those resources in the area that needed it so much. So I'm glad it turned out to be a beautiful library as well.
Angela, we had another question, just somebody asking again about the location of the temporary library. Did you want to talk real quick again about that?
Yes, we will have a temporary location that is located on Cherokee Street and Rivers Avenue, and that is the annex of the current DSS building. So it's not located in the DSS building that's currently on Rivers. It's an annex to the side connected to the building that is on Cherokee Street. So it's just a few short blocks away from current Cooper River, and so folks can, just walk there if they want to look at it later as we have it up and running. The timeline for that to be open would be either late April or early May, depending on how we're able to close out in current Cooper River and then reopen into our new temporary location.
Excellent. Thank you, Angela. Do we have any additional questions or comments from anyone? Total square footage is 20,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last call for questions. Okay, sounds like that's all the questions and comments. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming to hear the presentation about the new Keith Summey North Charleston Library. Thank you to all of our speakers for taking the time today. As Doug mentioned, this recording will be shared to CCPL's website tomorrow. That's ccpl.org. We will also share the renderings and the layout and all those images that you saw today as well. Or you can go and check them out in person at the current Cooper River Memorial Library location. And if you have any additional questions, maybe something that you think of later, you can feel free to email your questions to publicrelations@ccpl.org. So thank you everybody for coming. I'm going to stop the recording and I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.